No, it's separate, different thing.
That's crazy. Okay.
In my head, it looks like.
In my head, it's so different than it looks
But yeah, Scott, for presentation wise, we can have you just face this when you're talking.
Oh, I
Instead
see.
of someone from the audience, because we were doing a better job of projecting our voices. So if someone
Oh,
asks something,
okay.
just repeat it. That way, if we post it online.
Oh, I see. I see. I didn't even watch the whole thing. I can.
I
Yeah.
can't believe my stance right now.
That was what,
Kidding.
that was a piece that I talked about.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
It's too, my feet are, the way you use the word squeeze, I get it.
Yeah, you kind of see it like,
Because I start,
yeah.
Too far.
But it's not that your feet are like changing width, but your heels come together. So your pivot point is like back towards the heel and the heel moves towards your other heel,
yeah.
but your width stays the same width. And that just causes your inside ski to diverge.
Where did we go? You got some skinnies.
Oh, I brought the racers, Lindsay gave me. Sorry, they're downstairs and they're 72. Is that skinny enough? Yeah, they gave us to me to practice on and I haven't.
Okay, I have a couple pairs that you could borrow as well.
Yeah, no,
Is
there's
that-
That's gonna make it just a lot more accessible for you to start with the lower legs.
So when it gets flatter, I do it less-ish.
It's still there. It just looks like less because you're creating less of an angle. Why do I do that?
I don't know, I don't know, I thought it was kind of the opposite. I thought when I saw you on steeper runs, because you have the hill that provides some edge
Yeah.
angle. I'm seeing less of the hip.
We're talking about a different
We're talking
foot
about
movement.
Oh, the foot.
Right,
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So she, like, her pivot point of her ski on her outside ski is like up towards the toe, like ball of the foot.
Yeah.
Pivot point on the inside ski on both sides is closer to like the heel. And so it causes that inside ski heel to drift towards the other ski heel, and it almost looks like they're squeezing together.
Yeah, I have a divergent ski on my left foot or
I was
something.
gonna say you do something.
And
Yeah.
and what's worked for me to reduce that is like
Kicks in a little bit.
Feels start.
pulling, really actively pulling out the back and really focusing on the
Yeah.
movement.
And that was the piece that I gave you is instead of thinking about, I forget how I worded it, but instead of thinking about like pulling, Yeah. and so like the
Yeah.
big toe area being here, like feeling a roll there instead of a
Button.
pull here.
Towards your button head.
Yeah, so you're trying to move this way to get the ski to tip instead of this way to get the ski to tip. So that's what it looks like to me is you're trying to tip like this. And I want you to tip like this instead.
Totally.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Totally. Yeah, I didn't realize I was doing that.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. I can't confirm what's going on in your boot, but
But
Yes,
that's
that's because it
on-
feels better.
on
Like, what it feels is better.
I think you're just trying to get grip with your ski. So as you're trying to turn, you're just taking your foot and you're like wrench and trying to pull it to get it to grip and hold. Or instead, we need to think about like moving towards our object destination. So that move of like directing towards that six toe area
Yeah.
with that inside leg should get it to still link up, but it's not gonna get that weird divergence thing going.
on a ski that's wider than your boot, that movement alone is often not enough. That's why you'll see people compensate with the hip in order to create edge angle.
Yeah.
So I really want you on those skis soon.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Powder is a moot point, right?
Well, powder, the ski's digging into the snow more, so you're able to apply that edge in a different way than you would be in hard snow, like what we had here.
Do we want to move to a task and try to? Yeah, it's the same thing.
Okay.
And I think it's, you're just trying to get the edge to grip, so you're kind of like,
Yeah, I think you're right.
but
Yeah.
it's not an ideal
the
movement
way.
pattern. Yeah. But it's present in like every kind of turn that you did, it was present. Like your performance turns, it was in there. Your short turns, it was in there. Your basic parallel, it's in there. So it's a recurring movement pattern. Yeah, it's a habit that I think it'd be good to start drawing some attention.
So everyone will have the same movement pattern and put her on, I think she was on 90 plus underfoot.
Yeah.
Put her on 72
Mhm.
and a lot of her movement patterns that she carried for a long time
Yeah.
vanished almost instantly.
I could see that being the case. Yeah.
Would you mind explaining why a thinner underfoot will help me do that? Is it because it requires?
You're quicker from edge to edge. So you're gonna get to that edge with less effort than when you have a wider ski. wider ski, it's there's more other movements that you need to.
I tell you what, I have some Brown and Bach I can send you. Tonight, and I'll timestamp it, like, with part to watch why that is. He explained it really well, and I can't explain it the way he did
Yeah.
as well.
You're tightening up the bottom of your foot to where you have to be more precise, like it forces you to be more precise. With
Yeah.
a longer, you have a wider underfoot.
Yeah, you get a wider platform to stand on too, yeah.
And that's where you just throw like, oh, I'm grabbing the edge here with
Mhm.
this, and that feels
Do
comfortable.
we have
Yeah.
two, do we have two blocks, maybe?
Two
Make it
blocks.
feel
Two like wooden blocks, one that's more narrow than the other.
I'm gonna have to create this thing. You can keep rolling over here though.
It's downstairs.
Yeah. What?
I have the 72s downstairs if you want.
I think he's thinking about something.
I got.
Oh, sorry.
I got them. Yeah, okay. Lead half, where does she start? Oh, let's see. Is that Cora right there? I think that's her. Okay, well, I'll just tell you kind of what the things I'd look for right away. I like to look at turn shape. Is there a part of the turn where I'm gonna speak to rotary, I think.
Yeah.
But is there a part of the turn where you see the skis turning more than the other part of the turn? Like
Yeah,
right
entering-
there,
entering the shape.
entering the top of the shaping phase. And you see a part of the turn where skis are not turning quite as much, right there. Let's see, go back again, Cora. Or Mackenzie, who, I don't know who that is. Like to look at, are both skis going at the same time? It might be a little bit. Did you see that? A little bit of the outside ski going first?
Yep.
Same here. It's
Right there.
it's subtle, but it's happening.
Yeah, it's
So we're just looking at the skis. Okay, I'm satisfied with the skis here. Go back again. So I'm going to speak to rotary. And I'm going to watch the body a little bit. What's really nice about our uniforms is that we have
contrast.
half of us that's covered in black, half of us covered in yellow. So I'd like to get an idea. Okay, now we're going to an initiation phase. What moves first? I see yellow moving first, followed by the legs moving. Let's see. I think the upper body and the outside leg is actually turning about the same time. And you see the inside leg catch up.
So in a movement analysis exam, Scott, it's 10 or 15? I'm sorry, I should have that.
I think you get 15.
I think you
So
Yeah.
I'll give an example here now of what a level two enablement would sound like. I'm trying to keep it really clean and simple, not bounce back and forth. We got to this
door. Can I not get
in the initiation phase of the turn,
from inside? Okay.
the outside ski is turning ahead of the inside ski. Beginning of the shaping phase, both skis are turning rapidly. Tails are going significantly faster than the tips. And then through the later part of shaping into the finish, the rotation rate is slowing down. Definitely by the end of finish, I'm not seeing any continuing turning of the skis. What I'm seeing the skier do to cause that is starting with the upper body rotation, which is causing also that outside leg to turn first. And then the inside leg catches up in the beginning of the shaping phase. The legs catch up fairly rapidly, which causes that quick turning of the skis at the beginning of the shaping phase. And then in the later part of the turn, late shaping to finish, legs are no longer turning, and she is in a square relationship with the upper body and legs. That's it. Done.
Cool,
Mic
okay.
drop.
So that would like
Yeah.
cover it, because it covers all parts of the turn.
Yeah.
skis up. I think what really had caught me this week was TV is I can say the ski's up, but the parts of the turn, I think I was trying to robotically structure in my head.
Yeah, yeah.
Because things happen at certain times and just say that.
I think the thing that helps the most with that is just trying to really track from initiation to shaping to finish and speak through it in a way that makes sense to you. Like, you shouldn't be trying to go back and guess what happened in the middle of the turn. You should be able to be like, the initiation of the turn, this is what I saw. That means in the shaping phase, this must have happened. That means in the finish phase, this must have happened. Is that true when I look at that? Yes, it is. Cool, I nailed it. Done, right? So you don't necessarily need to know exactly what's happening in every phase if you have a good understanding of how the skis behave.
The cause and effect.
Yeah, the cause and effect.
And the pattern of those.
Exactly, the patterns
Yeah.
repeat. Yeah. Sometimes you get something funky and weird out there that's happening, but for the most part, the same thing's over and over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm supposed to track a second, right? So to finish my presentation. Let's see, I so focused on rotary, I don't think I was gonna.
Do we cover some in level two? It's rotary, but like the
And you
combination.
track,
You need a balance.
you track the
with your
second
other.
one.
So totally before, after, foot to foot with rotary or after, foot to foot with edging.
Totally, okay.
Yeah.
But you're not covering all five. That's like level three.
Oh, you know what I didn't say? Was the ideal for the rotary,
I
so
was gonna say, so you.
I'm missing something,
What the
rotary.
ideal-
I have to wrap up the ideal.
Do you talk about what you do next time with MA or no?
And I'm gonna try to keep that deal really simple. Just, I don't know, I think it's all written out, we all read that deal constantly in the IDP. So even a couple sentence, more ideally, I'd like to see the skis turning at the same time and rate through all three phases of the turn. Tails following a similar path to the tips. And that the skier be controlling the rotation of the skis, returning of the legs independent of her upper body. Okay, it's like verbatim almost from the IDP. I don't have to make anything up. Okay, second skill. You take a stab at it, but does anybody want to?
A pressure.
It has to be a
related skill.
pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Balance related skills. So before, after, foot to foot pressure. You want to talk about it?
Listen,
All right, sweet. You want to listen?
I can give it a crack.
Ready?
Before we get to you.
Yeah.
Okay. The skis, then.
Let's clarify what skill you're gonna talk about.
Oh, hi, I'm Kaylee. We're talking about pressure, foot to foot.
Perfect, sweet. All right.
This gear. Yeah.
That was a really good indicator right there.
Yeah, it just needs like.
Yeah.
practice.
Just, yeah, go
This gear,
really slow. Okay, what's happening? Okay, let's.
which ski bends more? The outside ski bend,
Just look,
inside ski bends more.
just look at her body.
The whole inclination is above the inside ski, it's bending way more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Through the shape phase of the turn
Yeah. And through
and through the,
finish phase of the turn.
through all three phases of the turn.
Yeah.
The inside ski bends more than the outside.
Yeah.
but in
Uh,
order to deflect, she has to be on her outside ski at some point. Right?
So in the transition.
Yeah.
Probably they reach maybe.
Right about
There.
here.
For a second.
Yeah.
It's not all bad.
No, there's a moment of transition.
Yeah, exactly. We're there. On the outside ski right there.
Her center of that.
Not right there.
Inside ski bends more, center of mass over the inside boot, or then, sorry, inside ski, or then both skis.
Let's do something just really simple, Katie. Turn phase by turn phase, just tell us which ski's bending more. That's all I want to hear. Turn phase by turn phase. Connor's gonna stop it right.
Initiation. Hard to say, but
That's the turn. And the skis are bending somewhat equally. They're pretty equal.
Okay,
The second
I
side.
buy it. Okay.
As she enters the shaping phase of the turn, the inside ski immediately bends more than the outside ski.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Yes.
which one has more spray on it, and it's hard to say. There's actually a moment there, right there, the outside ski's bending more.
So it bends as she enters the shaping, as it
Maybe
initiates.
Very top of the shaping, I'd say.
Like right
Yeah.
before she turns into us,
Okay.
right? Is that
Yes,
what
it
I'm
is
seeing?
that.
We'll talk deeper about that once we
Okay.
get through this.
And the inside shaping phase of the turn, the inside ski is bending more than the outside ski. And
Let's finish roughly.
finishing the shaping phase, it's the transition of the turn. For outside skis, I shouldn't use the word catch up, is starting to bend as much as the inside ski. Period.
Period.
Yeah,
So it helps you just look at one thing at a time.
Is that?
Well, then
good
once
for
you go
maybe
through the
balancing
ski-
out pressure?
Yeah, evening
Use the
pressure,
body
yeah.
Separately?
Equalizing.
Okay, equalize.
Do you see it all at once?
I'm kind of trained people to look at the skis first. However, if that works better for you,
I was
the
say,
main thing is just ski to body each phase. How the order you want to do it.
I was gonna say, I just look for what stands out to me the most. So if something funky's going on with the skis and that stands out the most, I'm gonna look at the skis and what they're doing. And then kind of put the pieces of the body together. If the body's doing something funky and weird that I notice first, I'm gonna look at the body's doing and see if the skis match my expectation. But understanding the cause and effect relationships and some skill to skill blending helps a lot to be able to speak to what's going on. Because I don't have to sit there and like look through every single phase of the turn and look at the skis and look at the body. I can just be like, oh, they're way on their inside ski. They're tipped way up the hill. Yep, they're bracing against that outside ski. Okay, I know how to put these pieces together. Now I'm just going to confirm if that's what I'm seeing. Yep, it is cool. Good.
So you can speak out of order?
I would just say that
I would for learning, I would try and go in order, especially for the exam purposes.
Yeah.
But like your brain can be a little scattered in the way that you look at things. You
Okay.
just want to reorganize it before
Let
you
it be
speak.
scattered.
Yeah.
Organize it.
Organize it before you speak.
Do they let you have time to organize your thoughts?
Yeah, you can take a second and just be like, I just need 1 second to organize my thoughts.
absolutely.
You get, so I just double checked. You get 8 minutes to talk about your own skiing and 8 minutes to talk about the person you're observing ski.
Is
So
that,
16 minutes total.
is that me ski, then I talk about me ski, and then someone else ski?
You ski, someone talks about you ski, and you stand there for 8 minutes.
For sure.
And then you go up and talk about yourself for 8 minutes, and then you watch someone else ski and talk about them for 8 minutes. Yeah, so
Yeah, so off that, I would say whatever process you do use, stick to your own process.
exactly. Yeah.
Right? Be like, okay, this is the way Kaylee, the Claire has to go
Yeah.
about this each time because this is what gets me to the answer.
But when I go to speak, it needs to be in order.
It's gonna help you stay more organized if you stay in
It
order.
does help you stay more organized, but as long as it's all making
Congruent.
sense. And don't forget also, Bert told me this, make a statement, period, pause. It's really hard to follow anybody if we're hearing wrong sentence.
Totally. That's what I'm trying to combat right
And
now.
that's when they're gonna have to ask you a bunch of questions to clarify.
Okay.
So try not to give them an opportunity where they have to clarify, right? So it's just like a really brief,
Well, so the biggest thing is I started to speak on the ski performance and then I started to go on body performance and you cut me off, so I wasn't sure if that was like too soon to go into that.
I just sense that we're bouncing around. Well, too, but
So I should intertwine them as I speak. I think.
You can talk through, are you talking about like
I mean,
talking
I
through?
just know that it's been, from the years I've been training people, it's been more successful to succinctly look at what this can do.
Okay.
It's been more successful and I do recommend that approach because I've seen people being more organized in their thoughts when they go to that approach. Plus they're looking at something that is brainless, right? The body moves in a bunch of funky ways. There's so much to look at. We get distracted by hands.
Yeah.
We get distracted by somebody tilting their head or their hands, their arms are behind them. We get distracted by things, but the skis themselves don't lie. And ultimately what we're doing for our guests, we're trying to change what the skis are doing on the snow. So I found more success with that approach.
I think it's good to be able to talk through one piece of equipment or one focus through the whole turn and then go back and talk about your next thing through the whole turn to prevent,
Yeah.
to prevent that jumping back and forth. Is that required? No, but I think it's gonna help you keep your thoughts more organized. And like I said, you don't have to look at the skier in that order, you just wanna talk in that order.
Right.
Because if you can't identify ski movements that well, but you're really good at identifying body movements, look at the body movements, that's cool.
Okay.
But make sure you're able to speak to both when it comes time to present.
One of Jimbo Lyman's tips is to just as a little shortcut, looking at whatever moves first. So in that case, upper body moves first. That's going to tell me a lot about ski to ski pressure and how that changes through the turn.
This is also why like MA for me is not a sitting down activity. It
Yeah.
helps me to be up and be like, okay, if I move my body first, I feel this leg want to turn. If there's no friction underneath that foot, that means that leg's also going to turn too. So this upper body rotation is creating this early rotation. I can talk about that now. Right. So I'm kinesthetic. It helps me to like stand up and put myself in the body movement in position and move my body to be able to speak through what's happening. If that helps you, do it.
Ski to ski is a tough one.
So, okay,
That's fine.
entering. I just feel a little, I just was trying to practice like the exam portion of speaking.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
You go through the ski and body performance and then the ideal, right?
Yeah, because the ideal is the same thing every time,
You
essentially.
do that after.
Yeah, you can just finish. More ideally, I finished my thing. More ideally, I'd like to see this. Done.
What does foot structure have to do with, like, if you're flat footed or high arches or?
It can definitely, and like the fit of your boot can make a big difference.
Certainly can.
It's gonna,
Too, I wouldn't expect.
Yeah. it's just gonna make your movements delayed. It's gonna make, if you're trying to roll your ankle and you have a really flat foot that creates really good contact with the bottom of the boot, it's gonna roll more quickly versus someone with an high arch. It might take a little bit longer to get the contact with the boot.
Why don't we go back to what's happening ski to ski?
Yeah.
So I feel like we're going a bunch of different directions here.
Sorry.
So another little hint, I'm gonna just throw some hints here out as we go. Whatever's moving first has less weight on it. So if the outside ski, it looks like there's a little bit of her tipping inside at the beginning of the turn. That temporarily puts more weight on the inside ski there, right? And because now this ski's moving, right? Because that ski has less resistance. And then for a moment, she's moving to that ski. Is this one you see turning more? And then due to her tipping inside, she's back on the inside ski again. Moving this way, puts her on the new inside ski again. So ski to ski is a funky one. I don't know if you agree with that, but now why don't we just watch it again?
Looks like she's favoring her right side.
In that
Go ahead.
shot specifically, yeah. Well, if
yeah.
she goes the other way,
We're still.
I would say she makes a pretty similar movement. She might have slightly better balance
Okay.
on one side than the other.
Okay,
Thinking
I'm
about it,
sorry.
sorry.
Let's go to the body now. We got a pretty good idea of the skis.
So because her inside ski is bending more than she can phase the turn, her center of mass is bend over her inside ski instead of over both of them.
It looks good if I can get it done. If I were to draw a straight line, I can do this with the mouse. If I were to draw a straight line from her center of mass down. Yeah. Right. So like her center of mass here, boom, way on that inside ski. Right. So I think it's a great observation.
That was telling right there, right?
Yeah.
The inside shoulder tipped inside.
Mhm.
And ideally, we'd like to see the outside ski bend more through the shape of his return. And both skis bend the same, entering and exiting the shaping phase, right?
A similar amount, I'd say.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
And then they're bending pretty equally in the initiation
Yeah.
/ transition.
This is a pretty good shot to be able to see the bending of the ski, actually. You can see that inside ski actually bending there, which is pretty cool.
Well, we all nerd out about this. We all kept on it off too much.
I think a common movement pattern you can identify, and this is where Scott kind of like pulled up, well, the outside ski's bending more, is the idea of a bracing movement to make your turn. Right, because that's gonna put your balance over the inside ski a lot more, but it's gonna make the outside ski bend a lot, too, pushing really hard into it. So that's a piece that you can identify, that they're bracing over that outside ski, or outside leg extends and remains extended.
But
They're
that
bracing
move
against
is
it
eventually going to move you to the inside.
Yeah. At some point.
So some of these things, it's fun to actually go and try them on the hill.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like go try to ski how Mackenzie skied that particular run and see what happens. But that's one thing that Stevie will probably have you do, like act some of these things out. Yeah. Stevie's great for on snow May, so pick her brain.
Yeah.
She helped me tremendously. I think we're done with Mackenzie.
I would say so.
Yeah.
Part of the level 2 exam is being able to analyze your own skiing. Do either of you guys recall how you skied for a particular task? I feel like you can speak to your short turns or bumps.
Caleb,
Yeah,
not put it all on Kaylee.
Yeah, yeah.
okay, I remember mine,
Do you have a particular
Particular-
task that you remember that you feel like you can speak to?
either the short turns or the performance turns.
Let's
Sort
go
of-
to your
Oh, yeah,
shorties.
they had a real nice set of short turns, I remember.
Yeah, that's you there. So see if you can remember and speak through it, and then we'll watch and see if your assessment.
Okay, so it starts at 5:33.
Yeah. We're gonna have him talk through it first, because he remembers his short turns.
Oh, I see.
We're gonna see if his
Right.
assessment of his short turns is accurate to what we're seeing. So that's part of the exam. I know this was days ago, so you might not be 100% remembering, but it's okay.
Let's see, on my left turns, there's a difference that you called me out for a little bit, and I was like, oh shit, he's right. I was able to move my center of mass inside a lot more on my left turns, my right footers, as you call them. And then on the left, not as much. On my left turns, I was a little more delayed I think in aligning with the outside ski. They kind of got outside of me before I was really on them, or really on the outside ski. And I also had something weird going on my right turns with my inside hand dropping. And I know it's usually a symptom of something else.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not sure what of. So I'm curious to watch again.
Well, do you think we could narrow that down to a skill pool, ski performance, body performance,
In terms of the hand dropping.
in terms of whatever you want, whatever you remember?
Yeah, I'm not sure what fundamentally you're wanting to address right now yet, Caleb.
Let's see. Maybe-
Which one?
Maybe
Yeah.
edging.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
Because getting my center of mass further in the turns and angulating properly, much better in the right footed turns.
speech on the left. And what did that do for your ski performance?
That allowed me to more progressively increase my edge angles and also get my center of mass over the outside ski.
Cool. We talked about a ski performance. We talked about a body performance. Let's see if that seemed accurate. I'm gonna actually run these at full speed and then we'll slow it back down. It'll be up in a second.
Necessarily have to go that direction.
No, yeah.
This is just
Yeah,
a little bit based off the feedback. I
Alright,
got.
here's
I
you.
have to think about it. So.
yeah.
Almost looks like the skis are guided in unison as well on the left turns or on
Yeah.
the right turns.
really subtle though.
Yeah, it's subtle. It's definitely subtle. There was something I said to you in the email too that could be causing this. Do you remember?
Oh, the double fall.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a double fall in it, so that could be
But
part of what's causing that.
I also saw it on the performance
Yeah.
test where it's just wiggle green.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, I think that there is something going on.
Yeah. But would you guys say that was kind of an accurate description? We're able to see his tipping movements and a little bit of imbalance from left turn to right turn.
Slightly.
It's small. It's not huge. That's the big thing with movement analysis. It's not like, oh my God, this glaring issue. It's like, I'm pretty sure I saw this little move with the hand here that made this happen. It's really, really subtle,
If
right?
you have somebody who's skiing really well, then don't try to look for something wrong.
Just what's happening. Yeah.
Like maybe find something, Kaylee, like you're watching Caleb that you think is working really well for him.
It's,
Go that way, right?
Okay.
But I think that was an accurate description of your skiing
Okay.
in
Awesome.
in the tipping movements.
And just to expand on that, so like, it's okay if you have someone in your group and you're like, holy shit, how are they in a level 2 exam? Like, they're skiing like a god.
What are
You-
they
you can-
doing?
You can speak to what they're doing
Yeah.
well.
The more ideal might be like, more ideally, I'd like to see you try those short turns, like with a higher rhythm. Because I want to see if you're capable of doing it at a different tempo.
Okay.
Right? It doesn't need to be, I need to see something change. It's really like what's happening. And I think especially the level 1, the level 2 zone, you get a lot of skiers that got a lot of funky stuff going on. So we get caught in this idea of, oh, I want to fix this. I want to fix this. I want to fix this. Realistically, we should just be looking at what is happening. If there's something that I do need to fix within that, I'll talk about it. If it looks good, I'll talk about that. That's cool. Yeah.
Caleb, do you want to
Look,
speak
Haley had a
to?
question.
Oh, sorry.
I'm just being real honest, if I saw that in my exam, which I might,
Yeah.
I think I would just say what I saw, which is pretty ideal.
That's cool.
I'm worried that I wouldn't pick up on what he
So
said.
what would
Yeah.
it looks ideal sound like to you? How would you
both
describe that?
skis- Yes, for edging, both skis are tipping proportionately.
Sorry to put you on the spot, but I think this is really valuable.
Needs to
Yeah.
be this,
I think this is valuable.
Go for it.
That's about shaping phase. We're still kind of in shaping there. Would you agree with that? But this is so small. It's so subtle.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't-
Yeah.
See that
Yeah,
in real time.
Okay.
exactly. I'm sitting there watching the videos and like scrolling them back and
Yeah.
forth and being like, oh yeah, yeah. Here's the thing.
Yeah. But if I were to see that like tipped pretty equally, like.
Does that look like he's tipped pretty equally? Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say so. Finish phase here. Similar leg shafts, right? Similar angles on the lower leg.
Yep.
It's pretty darn close. Are there some things we could work on? Yeah.
Sure.
But if you were to describe that as close to the ideal, I'd say, yeah, that was pretty close to the ideal.
And that's all you say is close to the ideal, not like more ideal I'd like to see. Like if I see what I say what I see and it's okay, like.
Yeah, you'd be like, what I'd like to see is can they perform this on a steeper pitch? Can they perform this at a higher tempo?
Totally.
Can we get some more versatility
Can
out
they
of them?
perform at the bumps?
Yeah.
Powder, okay.
Mhm.
Can they do that with a rhythm change,
Yeah.
a ability change?
But if we have a skier that does not look like that, and we describe that their skiing is ideal, that's an
That's
issue.
an issue,
But
yeah.
if you have a skier that looks like that, and
Or-
like
or-
there's some small stuff, but it's pretty darn close.
Or could
Okay.
he keep the similarity of the leg shafts in a less edge turn with pivoting and less carb, more skier?
Yeah.
See like where you might have challenges to maintain this movement pattern.
Sweet.
Yeah. So you don't always have to, it doesn't always have to be area deflection.
Phoebe said that too.
Yeah. Yeah. But Caleb, I think it was a good assessment of your skiing.
Okay.
I think it was accurate.
But for him to go through the whole process, do you
Yeah.
mind if we have him pick you went to edging, so a pressure?
A pressure,
Yeah.
let's see.
You're already kind of speaking to.
You did speak to it a little bit already.
I just want to know if you want to kind of tie that in your little bow.
In terms of directing pressure to the outside ski and the
Sure. You want to go that way?
Yeah, and it's something that, yeah, I see in this mostly because I read what Connor said. and I
That's
went
okay.
back and watched
Hey,
it.
but now you know it, so. It's in the noggin.
But yeah, on my left turns, the, I guess, timing of directing pressure to the outside ski is a little bit less than ideal. I think I could align with it a little sooner.
And what would that do for your skis?
That would allow me to more ideally increase edge angles through the apex of the turn, instead of rapidly doing it during the shaping phase.
And what do we see in terms of foot-to-foot pressure? I'm looking like that move right there, rapid into that turn. Wah. Which is not bad. There's some beautiful short turns. Yeah, it's quick into the shaping phase.
Yeah.
There's still an effective turn.
Yeah, also
He still performed well.
Haley, like you could also go and make some suggestions in terms of dirt. Like, everything's kind of working well there for Caleb, but it would be nice to see if maybe he could align with his outside ski a little earlier in the initiation phase of the turn. And vibe with that ski for a bit before allowing the skis to turn in the fall line, right? So things like that. So offer a change in line, turn shape, speed as like a prescription. Like if you see something that's ideal, offer just a change in. I think it even says that in the scorecard. Like,
Yeah.
turn shape, line, speed, blah blah blah. Yeah. Like, would you rather see him try instead? Maybe this is the only turn Caleb does, and he needs a new challenge, right?
Yeah.
They asked me after my
Yeah.
teach, honestly, it was cool. I was like, oh, that's a great question. Was how would you have taught that differently if totem off was way icier? I was like, that's awesome that you asked me that. And I feel like that's probably relevant to MA too, right? Like we need to be able to like you would engage the insights sooner on ice. Or
I think I do it about the same time. It's just,
Yeah,
you just know the
amount.
mistake easier when it's.
I was gonna say the amount of pressure I'm putting to
Yeah.
each ski might change.
Yeah,
So I'm a little bit more towards, not 50-50, but closer in pressure between feet when I'm on ice. That way if I lose the outside ski, I'm not like, that's the only thing I had.
I'm definitely proactive to be more on it at the top of the turn than not ice.
I definitely don't feel confident if they were to ask me that, like with these. I don't think I could.
For MA, I don't think they would.
I think so.
No.
Okay.
I don't think they'd ask that.
Teaching, I could see why they'd ask that.
They're gonna dip into things where like Caleb said, oh, I was, tipping my center mass more inside the turn on this side of the turn. The others would be like, this is the effect that I had on my skis. They're like, is that what happens when you tip your center mass on the inside of the skis? Be like, yeah. And you're like, why is that the case? And you'd be like, oh, I gotta dig a little deeper into that. So they're gonna try to dig to where your knowledge ends,
Totally. Okay.
and then they're good from there. They just want to see if you hit the standard. It's like, cool. Did they go beyond the standard, or are they kind of making some stuff up and they're not actually at the standard, even though they said the right things? Yeah.
Cora, anything you personally need out of today? I mean, you probably need a little break after the last 2 days.
I did want to ask the question.
Totally
Yeah.
fine, just like kick back
I
and
just want to expose myself.
exactly.
Yeah.
I love that. It's awesome that even after getting your pin yesterday, you're here and
Yeah.
yesterday. Yeah,
Congratulations.
you're not resting. You keep going.
Why stop?
Awesome. Yeah, let's stop. The season's short. We're really far south. The season is short.
I did want to ask a question for Paul and
Yeah.
Cora. Are you familiar with what we mean when we say dirt in terms of movement?
Oh yeah, sorry
Duration? Oh, yeah, you got it.
Duration? Is it intensity?
Yep.
Great.
Rate, yep.
And time.
Timing, yeah. So just how long our movements happen, how aggressively we make a movement, how long it takes or how quickly that thing moves, and
Yeah.
when it moves in the turn. Duration, intensity, rate, and timing.
Yeah, the duration and the timing is in our turn phases, right?
Yeah.
So initiation, shaping.
Thank you for that. Well,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, when you said dirt, I'm like.
Yeah.
I don't even know. What are you talking
That's the insider lingo.
And intensity, right? The legs turning, low intensity. High intensity.
And you're okay, yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Or intoning, like, okay, simultaneous. One ahead of the other, or if you want to use a fancy word, sequential.
Well, do you want to run through one more task and then
Bomb.
bumps are great?
Sure.
Yeah. Cool.
Oh, do you want to go over some terms too? Like, I think there's definitely some organizational words that we use to describe ski performance.
Yeah, I think
How
that was,
about pop quiz even? Okay.
Yeah.
What is sliding? I got skis.
it's when the skis are flat and not on an edge. No, it's when they're moving. It's when they're moving.
What is sliding?
Sliding is ski.
Sliding ski.
Okay, sliding is they're they're flat and they're traveling along their length just down the hill. Sliding, that's what a lot of kids like to do on Pioneer, right? That's straight lining, that's sliding,
Sliding is strictly straight lining.
that's sliding.
Sliding is the ski moving, not on an edge.
I have a quick question.
Yeah, that's sliding.
Is PSI wise, is that carving them?
No, they're not on edge. It's
Yeah,
sliding,
flats.
I didn't,
that's sliding.
maybe I'm confused about.
Now-
Carving.
What is slipping?
Slipping is opposite direction. On the corresponding edges.
Yeah.
So that is slipping.
Buttering the tips.
That is slipping.
Slipping.
Okay, and then now what is carving? It's gonna be hard.
These are on an edge. These are on an edge and bending from the center.
We're gonna cut it into the carpet.
It's great range of motion. Did you
And,
need to see that again?
Yes. Yeah, I think so. Do it. Do it.
oh, that's really bent.
Yeah.
That's
I
better.
can ski.
Wow.
Okay, but do you notice the tail is falling exactly where the tip is going?
It's a good point, yes.
That is carving, okay?
Okay.
The most common ski snow interaction, what do you think it is?
Sliding.
Or
I've got to hope not, but that is for a lot of our general public. Look at Powderhorn, right? That's how a lot of people go down, they just straight run. Just, you could just shoot that across the room, right? That's how a lot of people ski.
Are you
Um,
getting?
Skidding,
Okay,
right,
yeah.
so. That is when the ski is. How do I describe it? A skidding, so it's
Sliding.
moving forward along its length. But it's also
I would,
slipping at the same
Yeah.
time, it's moving forward and it's slipping.
I would say the skis are turning along a pivot point.
And they're turning along the pivot
Yeah.
point. Yeah,
But there's more than one pivot point in that case, is there? Like
Yeah.
it's multiple, okay.
Can be.
right, so there's that. Boom. So-
With this, what he's showing right now.
Combination of the sliding and the slipping.
The heels.
Yeah, he'll probably go a little bit faster. in
That
that
would
case.
fit the
I
heels.
was gonna say, yeah, where would you
That-
say the pivot point is watching him do that?
That, whenever the ski's not on edge and using, ski performance, where the tips and tail are going exactly the same path, the heels are going wider than the tips in the steer turn. Not possible any other way. Okay, so there's that, and then there's, this talking, that's kind of like the edging row. There's slipping, sliding, sliding, slipping, carving, skidding. Then there's the rotary side of things, right? That's a pivot. It's a pivot and that's a flat ski. And then there is guiding or steering. The ski's traveling along its length in this case, but it's also turning, right? So it's That's what we do most of the time. But you see how that's also skidding? So that's what we do most of the time. Oh, anyway,
The difference really between skidding or steering and guiding has a lot to do with the edge. Yeah, how much the edges are working.
because high edge, right?
I think I still understand a guided arc.
I got an arc. So
A carved arc would be you're leaving two clean tracks and there's no a.
these kids breaks.
I was just gonna say
Okay.
that. Carved is like just
Yeah.
the sideways spray. Guided is like there's slight skidding throughout because you're
Yeah.
guiding them.
But you're following an arc still. If you were just skidding, you wouldn't follow an arc. You would kind of just go. "Wee."
So
If you're steering the ski, it's still gonna create an arc.
this
It just isn't
this
gonna
is
leave
the
too
carved
much.
arc right there. Tail's following it exactly. This would be a guided arc. So lower edge angle,
Lower edge angles the big.
and then this is guided.
And then this would be someone who just unsuccessfully performed the guided arc. They just went.
Or another unsuccessful guided arc. You did them successfully, you're a Doug, right?
But I'm not really sure,
Yeah.
like,
This would be another.
I'm trying to do what you're talking about.
It's being able to shape a curve is what you're looking for. You'll see someone who's trying to do that task, they're trying to make an arc up this way, and all they can do is just kind of get the ski to deflect and go here. And it never arcs back up.
The
It
left
just
line.
moved in a line down the hill. Even though the
But,
ski's moved.
anyways, I thought those are words that are really critical to know.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
For sure. Slipping, skidding. I know those are official.
Yeah, slipping, sliding, skidding, carving for edging, pivoting, rotating, turning, whatever you want to use for rotary. And then basically bending for all the other skills, right? So those are common words. So I hope that gives you some keywords that the examiners are going to understand right away when you say bending or skidding or carving.
And not misuse those words.
Yeah.
Saying for people who are worried about their ability to present this, especially for like an exam scenario, I was doing Bill McGavin last year, worked really well. Take a video of yourself or someone skiing, send me the video, send me a voice note of you talking through your MA on the person that you sent me a video of. Listen to your own recording so that you have an awareness of what you're saying and what you sound like. And does it make sense? Give me your feedback about what you heard you say, and I'll give you my feedback to what you said. All right. And that way you just get some good practice being effective with this. You can just take videos of people on the hill. You can take these videos and talk about it, whatever you're feeling.
Haley, one time on the way to exam, I just talked to myself in my car for hours.
Yeah.
I swear to God. Yeah, I just kept saying it over and over again. So like the words matched what I thought was in my head. I'm just so glad I wasn't like running in the car with you. It's crazy. But, yeah,
It makes a big difference. Saying it in your head is one thing, saying it out loud and then hearing how you sound.
Yeah.
Because you, even saying it out loud, you're like, okay, that sounded great. That made a lot of sense. And then you listen to it back and you're like, what am I talking about? I'm rambling. So use that as a tool. Just send it to me and I can.
one time it too. You have.
Yeah, if you're doing a voice recording, it's gonna be time.
But man, make the life of the examiner easy.
Short and
You don't have to use it.
Yeah, you don't need
Like, just give it to me.
Yeah, like I remember when I was successful level 3, I thought like I didn't give them enough information. I'm like, do you want more? And they're just like, no, just go ski.
I mean, you guys all got feedback from me this past week. How long would it take you to read through the feedback I gave you?
Like 2 minutes.
All you need.
Okay, what, another video? Who do you got here?
Yeah, I mean, this is Tiger that's pulled up. You guys can pick a name if you want to pick a random name to watch phones.
Tiger's fun to watch. Let's watch Tiger.
Tiger's up down, so. Yeah. So there's a really good piece to talk about Tiger that's less about like body movements.
Sorry, where was it? Okay, it's right. This is Caleb again. Caleb keeps hogging the spotlight. Or do you want to watch one of you,
Yeah,
since Tiger's not
I
here?
think because it's something interesting tactically that would be really good to talk about in a
Um,
game setting.
I think it's
you can use
cruel.
arrow keys.
It's cruel and unusual punishment to make everybody watch it at full speed when you're learning to do this.
I think it's good to watch it at full speed once.
Yeah, watch it at full speed a couple times, but oh, let's see if it works. If we have,
Oh, that's good.
is that even
Yeah,
gonna
I'm a
work?
Technology guy, so it take forever to load though.
It's mine not. Oh, it does work. So now we have you in HD.
Yeah.
It might not load fast enough. So let's go to 720. Okay, I think Tiger is 2 ahead of you,
Now
Kayla.
use the first one.
He's 7:22-ish.
That's
Maybe not, sorry.
You're way too far back. He's the first one. Yes, that's it.
Right there.
And you can use the arrow keys to go backwards too. Just click there. And then you can use your arrow. keys.
Okay, there we go. Oh, come on, man.
See, this is what we get for switching quality.
Sorry, sorry.
Just use the arrow keys to go back. Scrub back.
No, I put it at 720.
Caleb still.
Oh, no.
Technology. 5%.
Well, it's interesting that.
Okay, so it's at like 753.
Yeah.
Man, that happened so fast. Let's go to slow speed. Normal. What do we want? 25%? 50?
50s.
Back to Caleb again.
But it is talk about tactics.
Okay.
As well.
I just need to watch Tiger again to tell when he's great.
And then go forward. There we go. And I'm not sure what Connor's after. Yeah.
He did similar to Orlando, the same fall line.
So okay if I speak to them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say he picked an aggressive line. He's using, retraction and extension very aggressively, to absorb the bumps instead of trying to go around them.
That's a good point. I guess he's not just absorbing them, he's actively.
He's doing like almost like a mogul skier and then he's slamming it.
You're right.
How's this turn shape?
Minimal.
Well,
Yeah, minimal
Has to
turn
be.
shape.
you guys can decide it.
And he's going,
You paid for it, but
he's definitely taking a line that requires absorption.
you get paid for it.
He's
No.
I think I do.
I'm here on
You're on
volunteer
hourly.
hours. Yeah. I'm here on volunteer time.
Yeah, like watch how he extends after he comes over the bump. Right there, like boom.
Kiwi party. So.
And as a tactic, like, do we want to extend as we come over the bump?
Like a pass.
Yeah, do we want to extend coming over the bump onto the other side? Do we?
Guess we're
But
speaking
the
back.
magnitude, right? Keeping skis out of snow contact.
Yeah, so that's not a bad thing that he's extending coming over the bump. It's a thing that he's doing.
I don't understand what you mean by that.
As he's coming over the bump right there,
Right there,
legs are extending,
right
and they
after.
kind of squish as he hits the bump. And then he extends them again as he's going into the next turn.
Okay. But it's not on the bump, then extending.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was someone said he's extending after the bump.
But I
Is that
feel
a bad
like-
thing?
What I feel is happening is that the bump is kind of causing him to flex.
Exactly.
I think that he could modulate the pressure more effectively if he would start to flex previous to hitting the top
Yeah.
of the bump. So almost anticipating that change in pressure as the bump is pushing his ski tips back towards him.
That's exactly what I
So-
was gonna try to get at.
Yeah.
That he's extending, coming over the bump. It's not a
So
bad
it's
thing.
when
It's
he
not a bad
hit,
thing.
it's
We wanna
when he hits
extend
the
as we-
bump that he flexes.
Yeah, we want to extend as we come over the next bump, but we want to maintain magnitude, ski snow interaction. We want to control our magnitude. So what I'm seeing from Tiger that I'd really like to change is what Scott said. Is instead of flexing as we hit the bump, I want to see us flexing in anticipation of the bump.
That makes
That we're
The other-
maintaining contact.
Other thing I would like to see different too is if, oh, sorry,
That's
back to Caleb. That extension also happens pretty
That's still
quickly.
Caleb. We're still in Caleb.
Oh, shoot.
Tiger finishing.
Okay.
That's Caleb.
Oh, my gosh.
It's Tiger.
There we go. He'd be able to create a little more turn shape if he would also extend at a slower rate.
And like he's flexing and extending. Those are things that we want to see in the bumps. He's doing a good job of that. It's the timing of the movements and the rate of the movements that I would say need some work. The movements are good. It's how they're being applied that needs work. What you got?
Would you say,
And I think he could do magnitude on level 2 if he
Absolutely.
wanted to.
Balance. That's a balance piece.
Yeah.
from my memory, would you say Orlando did anticipate vertical turn?
Orlando is interesting.
I know he
He's
kind
got
of-
them.
We can watch him in a minute.
Bits, but
Yeah.
And in kind of talking about like what's happening to him in different parts of the bump is kind of like speaking to the different phases of the turn,
I would 100% agree.
right? So finishing phase is when he's hitting the back of the bump.
Right.
The initiation is actually that light phase, boom, right there, when he's launched a little bit. So that's when the skis are actually kind of underneath them and flat, and then they land on their new edges. In a fairly condensed shaping phase due to that rapid extension.
Yeah. And we said he's not creating much of a round turn. Want to know why? Because our skis aren't even on the ground during initiation. They're hitting a high edge angle on shaping. There's no way to shape your turn.
And skis turn really quickly if there's not a whole lot of resistance on them. So that, now we're back to Caleb, sorry. See, where the skis are almost going airborne, that's when they turn really quickly. So if he were to modulate his pressure more gradually to maintain that ski snow interaction, you have more resistance on the snow, which would allow him to slow down the top of the turn.
I think we should be clear too. Like, no one's gonna look at Tiger skiing and be like, "Man, he sucks at skiing." But
No,
he's
yeah.
skiing the bumps great,
yeah,
but we could make him better.
right.
Definitely. Where's Orlando?
He might be.
Last, I think.
Oh, did he go last? Yeah, he was like.
I wasn't here that day, so,
Yeah,
well, I was, but on a different part of the
he
hill.
might be after Bill. Orlando was doing something very interesting tactically as well. I think this is.
That might be him.
Yeah.
Do you want to see it real time first?
He might be better real time. He skied it pretty slow. It was nice.
That is really slow, yeah.
I'm really glad he did this too,
Yeah.
because
It is. Yeah.
Or, yeah, go normal quickly. And then go back, go back. Ah, come on. He skis like he has Carve talking to him in his ear.
Yeah.
might have actually.
So it seems like his intention is to have actually a turn with a fast tempo or something.
Yeah.
Because it,
Well, the piece that I gave to Orlando about this is how he's using his pole plants and how that is affecting how he can move his momentum from one turn to the next.
I'm actually curious what you're thinking about.
Yeah, so he has this, I described to him like a really tight box. The box being like the space between your hands to your hips and up to your shoulders. It's kind of like our box. Like wider box allows for more versatility. He's got a really narrow box. So really effective actually in bumps if you want to ski them really under control. Because you're kind of forced into these almost blocking pole plants that stop your momentum. My hands are here. I'm planting my pole here. I can't go this way. So I have to take a little bit of a different route around. Versus if I have a wider box, I can plant over here. I can
Yeah.
take a different kind of turn. So like the blocking pole plant is not a bad thing. It's a tactical thing that he chose to do. But that was something that he was using
Different line choice from Tiger.
very much. So. And he's putting like 2 turns on every bump instead of a single one.
That's
So it
some,
looks like he's like skiing around them, like not in them as much.
Yeah.
Or
People who were skiing that morning could talk to like maybe why he wanted
that
to
is
do
him.
that. Because
Oh.
it's like icy in between bumps. And it's not a great place to get grip.
yeah, talk to the people that you're analyzing and
Yeah.
ask, hey, what are you trying to do?
Well, I remember he made a comment right after. He's like, I have to do it.
Because I could tell you on my end, I would be having a hard time to figure out what to prioritize talking about. But if I were to ask Orlando, hey, what were you doing in this run? What were you trying?
And that's what I
What was Carve telling you right now?
because I kind of knew he was trying to show how slow he could go in the bumps. So I think he was very effective in doing that. Tactically, yeah,
Yeah, Tiger went down half the time, right?
yeah, with half the turns.
Yeah.
So, Orlando's skis stay on the snow basically the whole time, right?
Yeah.
So do you notice a difference in the beginning of his turn? Oh, that one he hopped, but there's a little more grip and so the turning's a little slower. It's still pretty rapid, but
Someone made a mention about how it looks like he's pivot slipping almost.
I was gonna say, does the entering shaping things that quickly, is that like what we, is not ideal or is it?
Whether his tactics, I would say he was trying to display control.
Yeah.
I'm not really worried about how quickly he was pivoting speed because he was showing great control. I
Well,
think-
yeah,
I
one
think
thing
for
I like
what
to
he
look,
was aiming for there, I wouldn't really give him much. Maybe a little bit about his upper body movements.
Did that happen in MA though? Like, would they give you someone who's like really intentionally doing something and you just have to speak on that?
The person before you or the person after you, so whatever they're doing.
I mean, there is a little bit of a difference in speed. His overall descent down the hill is fairly even. That's one thing I like to look at. Like, how fast is a person moving down the hill?
Yeah.
And then I also like to look at the speed through turn. So it is fast in the beginning, slows at the end.
What I wanted to point out, the reason I brought that up, I wanted to point out is the difference between Orlando's edge angles, how high he's tipping his skis versus what Tiger was doing. So we can go back to Tiger if you want, but can we kind of think about the differences between those?
I feel like Tiger didn't really prioritize it.
No. But I mean, like I said, I would agree Orlando's on a fairly low edge angle. He's a lot more pivoty versus Tiger. I can definitely envision in my mind a couple of his turns where he's coming across the bump and you're seeing like bases and into shaping phase.
And if you saw me there tactically, I would have done something probably totally different. I'd be at a much higher edge
Yeah.
angle than the two of them were.
But does
Yeah.
bump skiing need to be a high edge angle activity?
Okay, very much.
Not necessarily, right? So looking at Orlando skiing, like I don't really care that much that he's creating a little.
This is McKenzie again.
That's Mackenzie again.
Yeah, you can just see how some of the movement patterns from the parallel turns.
Yeah.
Occur here too. It's almost like plugging in your guitar into an amplifier when you go into moguls, like when
Yeah.
you do.
Really good.
Loves carved once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably getting to be that time.
Yeah,
huh?
we're good about that.
We're way.
We're way
Oh,
past
way
that.
past.
Time.
Okay. Anything else you bet? I thought that you made really good progress there.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So just keep doing exactly what you're doing there.
Like I said, you guys that attend these have access to these videos. Like you can use these send a voice recording. This is the section that I was looking at. Analyze how you think you did. Send me your notes on it. I will listen to it. I'll send you my notes. And that's just, I think, a really good way for you guys to get some practice of actually presenting your MA for an exam scenario.
Last thing,
Yeah.
the wedge wiggle, I got it really cleared up
Oh, you did
with what the
by
actual maneuver is.
Stevie or?
He had a guess and I was like, I don't know if that's quite it. And then she asked Jim Shaw,
Yeah.
Jimmy Shaw,
Jim Shaw.
and he gave us a clear answer. So we actually haven't done it yet. So the wedge wiggle is neither just femur rotation nor hip. It's one edge engaged while the other, you just demonstrate a single pivot
Yes.
slide,
Hmm.
and then you put opposite.
The one edge engaged is not something. I mean, you're gonna be on the edge. I don't know what he means by engaged
Well, in
necessarily.
order,
Sorry, I used the word engaged.
Yeah.
You're on one edge and the other
Okay.
one just shows one pivot.
Okay, cool. That is more, yeah. That's more what I've heard.
okay,
That's
that's
helpful, Kaylee.
I had
Yeah.
no idea.
I think of it like pivot slip, but in a wedge. We're not looking for a lot of,
That threw me off though, because I showed her that, and she's
Yeah.
like, I don't think that's it. I was like,
yeah,
That makes
So-
sense, because I know that when I've played with those, I have to definitely have a long leg and a short leg.
yeah,
yeah.
And that
you
means I'm gonna
to.
have the outside legs tip more.
Yeah,
And as we know, a ski that is on a higher edge is more difficult to turn.
Yeah.
But that inner one's gonna go flatter, which allows it to pivot.
you're basically just showcasing that you
Yeah.
can pivot while you're on an edge,
yeah,
but
exactly.
down the same fall
That's-
line.
Yeah,
That's why I'm saying the pivot slip, but in a wedge. 'Cause that's what a pivot slip is.
Okay.
they don't,
So my wording might
Yeah.
have confused you, but
Yeah.
it's the same
Yes.
description.
and they wanna see that you,
Yeah,
no, it is skid.
Oh, it is
yeah,
skidded?
it's gonna skid.
It is,
Yeah.
skid.
I just need to practice those now that I know they are.
It is skidded, yeah.
Okay.
You got this.
Yeah, the crab,
We got
the crab wedge is like the tipping version.
Totally.
Where you wanna see the skis bend and arc. This
Yeah.
one is like the opposite. You wanna see the skis pivot.
It feels like I'm doing a pivot slip in a wedge.
That's what I feel.
That's okay. Just need to
That might have
rephrase.
confused you, but that's pretty much what you described, just in different wording that made more sense to you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna practice that now.
Yeah.
So thank you. Just had to say that out loud.
Yeah.
Guess I'll turn that in tomorrow.
I'll turn it in right now.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, but thank you guys for
I
joining.
mean, it's a learned skill just like skiing, so. I think by and large, we spent a lot of time working on our skiing. So take a little time each day to work on this, because it was not something that came natural for me. Probably failed more MA exams than any of the others, and, so. Take a little time each day to practice that skill as well,
Yeah,
so I recommend.
we're just start bugging you guys with voice.
Yeah, send them to me.
And or you don't even have to send me, you can just listen to them,
Yeah.
so.